What is Java? Java is a high-level, object-oriented programming language used for building various applications. Difference between JDK, JRE, and JVM. JDK, Development Kit for creating Java applications. JRE, Environment to run Java programs. JVM, executes Java bytecode. Main features of Java: object-oriented, platform-independent, simple, secure, portable, robust, multi-threaded. What is a class? A blueprint for creating objects in Java. What is an object? An instance of a class, representing a specific entity. What is inheritance? A mechanism where one class acquires the properties and behaviors of a parent class. What is polymorphism? Allows methods to perform differently based on the object they are acting upon. What is encapsulation? Wrapping data and code into a single unit and restricting access to some components. What is abstraction? Hiding the complex implementation details and showing only the necessary features. Difference between interface and abstract class. Interface, no method implementations. Before Java 8, abstract class can have method implementations. Use of super keyword refers to the immediate parent class object, used to access parent class methods and constructors. What is method overloading? Having multiple methods with the same name but different parameters in the same class. What is method overriding? Providing a specific implementation of a method in a subclass that is already defined in its parent class. What is a constructor? A special method that initializes objects when they are created. Difference between constructor and method. Constructor initializes objects, no return type. Method performs actions, has a return type. What is exception handling? Handling runtime errors using try, catch, finally, throw, and throws keywords. Checked vs unchecked exceptions. Checked, checked at compile time. Unchecked, checked at runtime. What is a package? A namespace for grouping related classes and interfaces to avoid naming conflicts. What is multithreading? Concurrent execution of two or more threads to maximize CPU usage. Use of this keyword refers to the current instance of the class. What is the Java Collections Framework? A set of classes and interfaces for handling collections like list, set, queue, and map. Difference between ArrayList and linked list. ArrayList, fast random access. Linked list, efficient insertions and deletions. What is a map? An object that maps keys to values, without duplicate keys. Use of final keyword used to declare constants, prevent inheritance, and method overriding. What is garbage collection? Automatic memory management that reclaims memory occupied by unused objects. Purpose of toString method returns a string representation of an object. Use of static keyword indicates that the member belongs to the class, not instances of the class. Difference between equals equals, and equals. Equals equals compares object references. Equals compares object contents. What is JDBC? Java Database Connectivity, an API for connecting and executing queries with databases. What are Lambda expressions? Introduced in Java 8, provide a concise way to represent a method interface using an expression. What is the purpose of the main method in Java? The main method is the entry point of any Java application. It is the method that the JVM calls to start the application. What is the difference between string, string builder, and string buffer? String is immutable. String builder is mutable and not thread safe. String buffer is mutable and thread safe. What are wrapper classes in Java? Wrapper classes provide a way to use primitive data types, int, boolean, etc., as objects. What is an enum in Java? An enum is a special class that represents a group of constants. What is a Java bean? A Java bean is a reusable software component that follows certain conventions, including having a no-R constructor, properties with getters and setters, and being serializable. What is the difference between equals equals operator and equals method? The equals equals operator checks for reference equality, whereas the equals method checks for value equality. What is a singleton class in Java? A singleton class is a class that can have only one instance at a time. What is the use of instance of keyword? Instance of is used to test whether an object is an instance of a specific class or interface. What is the difference between throw and throws? Throw is used to explicitly throw an exception. Throws is used in a method signature to declare that a method can throw exceptions. What is the use of the synchronized keyword? Synchronized is used to control access to a block of code or method by multiple threads. What is Java reflection? Java reflection is a feature that allows inspection and modification of the program's runtime behavior. What is a transient variable? A transient variable is not serialized during the serialization process. What is a volatile variable? A volatile variable ensures that updates to a variable are propagated predictably to other threads. What is a default method in an interface? A default method is a method in an interface that has a body and can be overridden by implementing classes. What is method hiding in Java? Method hiding occurs when a subclass defines a static method with the same name and signature as a static method in the superclass. What is the use of the native keyword? Native is used to indicate that a method is implemented in native code using JNI, Java Native Interface. What is an anonymous class? An anonymous class is a class without a name, used to instantiate objects with certain extras, such as method implementations, all in one place. What is a marker interface? A marker interface is an interface with no methods or fields, used to signal to the JVM or other code that a class has certain properties. What is the difference between process and thread? A process is a self-contained execution environment, whereas a thread is a smaller unit of process execution. What is the purpose of the optional class? The optional class is used to represent a value that may or may not be present, helping to avoid null checks. What is the difference between heap and stack memory in Java? Heap memory is used for dynamic memory allocation, while stack memory is used for static memory allocation, particularly for method calls and local variables. What is the difference between array and ArrayList in Java? Array is a fixed-size data structure, whereas ArrayList is a resizable array implementation of the list interface. What is a functional interface? A functional interface is an interface with a single abstract method, often used with Lambda expressions. What is the difference between hashtable and hashmap? Hashtable is synchronized and does not allow null keys or values. Hashmap is not synchronized and allows one null key in multiple null values. What is the purpose of the assert keyword? Assert is used for debugging purposes to make an assumption about the program state. What is the difference between public, protected, private, and default access modifiers? Public, accessible from anywhere. Protected, accessible within the package and subclasses. Private, accessible within the class only. Default, accessible within the package. What is the purpose of the break and continue statements in Java? Break exits the nearest loop or switch statement, while continue skips the rest of the current loop iteration and proceeds to the next iteration. What is a thread pool? A thread pool is a collection of reusable threads for executing tasks, reducing the overhead of thread creation and destruction.